Today's weapons of choice are the 35mm f1.2 Sigma, my trusty 105mm, my drone, and I'm also going to bring my 24-70 f2.8 from Sigma. I'll be taking all of my photos on my beat up Sony A7R4, and tonight we're going to shoot a mixture of rolling shots, panning shots, details, and some static photos of this gorgeous 930 Turbo, thanks to Benzina Stables. I've been waiting a long time for perfect golden hour conditions to shoot one specific photo I've been trying to take for months. Today's video is also sponsored by Milanote, but more on this later. For this shoot, I'll need polarizers for all of my lenses and my drone. So I actually ended up picking up this mammoth polarizing filter for the Mavic, and the link for this filter and all the equipment I use can be found in my description. Anyway, let's get started and let's get all the hard photos out of the way first. So I'm gonna hook myself up to my harness and start with the rolling shots.
Yeah, got a harness up right here. It's not that great for your southern region, but it's great for your quality of life. So make sure you wear a harness when you take your rolling shots. You don't want to fall out and become a human pancake. Gonna stay at 1/50th.
There was a lot of beeping coming from Mum's Forester because the tailgate is open. So let me just explain what was happening here. I instructed Lamont to drive at about 30 to 40 Ks an hour, which is about 20 miles. And I used a shutter speed of 1/50th. Usually I like to shoot a lot slower than that, but I'll explain in a second why I chose this shutter speed. But it's also always a great idea to shoot rolling shots on a high aperture to ensure you're getting your subject in focus. And to bring it all together, I used a 35mm Sigma to take all of my rolling photos. Sometimes it's great to use a zoom lens, but this lens is so sharp and it looks amazing. I just had to use it for these photos. You might ask, why even bother going to all this effort to take one photo? For me personally, I like to shoot rolling shots because they create a sense of speed and excitement, something that static photos can never really do. And when building a photo set, whether it's for a job or if it's just for yourself, it always has a different dynamic to the set. However, and part of the reason why this is the hardest photo to get is the road was quite bumpy. So like I mentioned, I started on a shutter speed that was a bit faster than I usually like to shoot, but shooting at 1/50th of a second gives me a greater chance of getting all of my photos sharp and in focus. But after the first run, once I knew I had a few sharp shots, I started to drop my shutter speed, kind of like bracketing, because the slower your shutter speed, the faster your photo is going to look. If the road is smooth enough, or you just keep spamming your shutter until you manage to get one in, a rolling shot at 1/25th or slower is not only incredibly rewarding to get, but it also looks amazing. So give this method a try sometime, unless you're from New York, England, or anywhere in Eastern Europe. Good luck with those roads.
Sweet, so we just finished with the rolling shots. I'm pretty happy with my shots, but we don't really have time to do another run because we're running out of light here. So I really wanted to get some panning shots, kind of like these photos I shot back in Utah, where I'm sort of standing up in a bush area and the car's sort of driving past doing its thing, and I'm gonna try and get some panning shots while we do that. After that, we're gonna get the drone up, and then it's time for sunset, and then get the photo that I've been waiting to get this whole time. But a bit more of that later. We still have to wait for the sun to go down.
Pay for the expenses and then just do my thing.
Mic testing.
Test.
It's a kid's toy, but it works great. Balls.
Mikey, what speed do you want me coming past that? 30.
I'd say about 30. A bit slower would be better. Okay, so for a pan, I'm gonna try 1/50th. Still need a pretty high aperture. I'll start with a 35 and see how that looks. Oh, this is gonna be so cool. Oh, if I can get a shot like that, I'd be so happy. It's really important when you do a pan, you wanna lock onto your subject from a distance and keep the same speed as you're going around. And I think we got it right there. Next time when you come around, if you can hug the lane a little bit more, that'd be perfect. Bang, wow, this lighting is absolutely gorgeous. I'm gonna try and shoot a little bit slower now because I've got my test shot in. It worked out pretty good. I'm feeling a bit more confident. I think I could slow down my shutter speed more and get more of the panning, blurry effect. I'm gonna try 1/25th. Line up with your subject. Whoa. Bit of unstable ground here, but I think we got it. Oh, it's so cool. Maybe I might go explore over here. Like right there. We can get a lens flare too. Oh, if I got that, I'm actually gonna quit photography if I got that. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I was aiming for like one of these sort of shots.
Dude.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Make anyone look like a good driver, that's for sure.
Now that I've got my roller and my pan, those are the two hardest photos to get. So it was time to get the drone up before we lost all the golden light.
Oh no, I'm fucked.
Well, look, humans, we aren't perfect. I kind of forgot to bring my drone controller to pilot the thing. So that kind of throws my plan completely out of whack. And it's also why you should use Milanote so you don't do stupid things like me and forget a key piece of equipment for your shoot. Ah, God damn it! I've actually been using Milanote for a while, and it's honestly such a great tool for organizing any creative projects you have. Milanote is basically an online canvas that is designed to help brainstorm, plan, and collaborate with others by getting your ideas out from your brain onto a bunch of boards for others to view and edit. It's super easy and intuitive to use. I made this entire photo shoot plan for this video on Milanote. I wanted to include a small description of what we'd be doing on the photo shoot, including key contacts and who's doing what on the shoot. I also included some previous photos that I'm going to be using as inspiration for this shoot, followed by some key photos that I'm really aiming to get today, including this drone shot, which I couldn't get because I forgot something. Also included is an embedded Google Maps link of the location that all the key contacts can click on. They can open it up straight onto their phone and be able to navigate really easily to where they need to go. And finally, the gear list. Milanote has heaps of cool features like creating subboards, which I use to make a separate mood board, a more detailed shot list, and also the route we need to drive for the rolling shot, and some notes for myself from previous photo shoots. So with the Milanote board done, I can then send all that info to everyone who needs to see it, so they know what to prepare for when it comes to shoot day. Everything is super easy to use with the magnetic board, so I like to go full ADHD all over it and then just clean it up afterwards. And it has hundreds of built-in templates available for every kind of creative project, whether you're a content creator, marketing director, graphic designer, or a degenerate like me, there's a template for everyone. And best of all, it's free. Just sign up using the link in the description. Thanks to Milanote for sponsoring this video. Don't be like me. Check your Milanote before you shoot, and hopefully your shoot will go smoother than mine. And back to the video.
Beautiful. Such a beautiful shape on this car. Okay, before we lose all the light, I've got a few other ideas we can do. I can put the 105 on. When you come up, just slowly come around that corner. Hopefully no car comes around the corner. Oh, no! God damn it! You're kidding. Cyclist again, you're kidding. Three times in a row trying to get this. Yeah, we got stitched up again. We'll have to do that run one more time. Just give it some time for this commie to pass, and there's a bike coming up, so just try and go slow if you can. Extra slow. Just hold it there for a sec if you can. Okay, and go. Beautiful, that's a shot. 4 times a charm, far out.
After I battled all the cyclists to get that ender photo, we can now finally move on to the reason why I wanted to shoot at this location. This is why I needed a clear day with a perfect gradient sunset so I could create a beautiful silhouette of the car with the city in the background. I needed the 24-70 because I wasn't sure what prime lens would look good for this shot. Most of the time, I do like to shoot on prime lenses because they are really great when you have the luxury to move around your location. However, since I couldn't really move the car too much, and I'm mainly shooting from a cliff face at this spot, the 24-70 was just so much easier to use to get the perfect shot I wanted.
This was the photo I've been trying to get for so long. We have gotten so lucky today with all of our conditions. Perfect. Oh, this car has such a beautiful silhouette to it. That's exactly what we wanted. I actually could not ask for a nicer photo.